Yeah, but I did see him. I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, seen corporate. I've seen, did I tell you about the time I met Derrick Rose?
He actually caught this ball. Watch.
I want to go higher. Oh my goodness. Dragon.
You met Derrick Rose?
I met Derrick Rose.
Like the Derrick Rose?
The Derrick Rose, bro. The Derrick Rose. I'm walking. I had just got off of work. Like, this was when I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods at the time. So I just got off work. I was walking to Popeyes in the Loop. That Popeyes is the closest Popeyes we have. So I'm walking to Popeyes. And I'm walking down one street. Something in my brain told me to take a right. I took a right because, like, Popeyes was on said street that I was taking a right on.
Yeah.
I was like one block over, basically. So I'm like, if I cross right now, if I cross this block right now, I don't have to, do it when I get to the street that Popeyes on. So I hit a right, and then I end up, like, in front of the Trump Tower. And, oh, my God, it's so casual. Like, I actually had these pants on. So random. I had these pants on, bro. I literally had these same pants on when I met Derrick Rose. But either way, I was walking to Popeyes, and then I kid you not, his son? What's his son's name, bro? The one that, like, went viral for that one meme a while ago. Like,
his son?
His son.
I feel like it starts with a K.
Something, man. Man, and it's crazy because, like, I know his son's name, like, off the top of my head just because of, like, that one.
London?
Nah. His other son.
Layla?
Nah.
He has...
Okay, well, I don't...
That's the name of his kids.
Okay, well, it might have been London, right?
Uh-huh.
But...
oh, no, PJ.
PJ, that's his name.
Bro,
PJ.
why did it not pop up, bro?
PJ, bro.
Yeah, PJ.
Man, I'm tweaking, and I knew his name was PJ, but I see PJ, brother. I see PJ first. He's just walking maybe 10 to 15 feet in front of me. He's walking towards me. I'm walking towards him. I kid you not. I'm like, I know this kid from somewhere. Like, I didn't know it was Derrick Rose's son. Like, it didn't click to me that, like, that's where I knew him from. So I'm thinking, like, maybe, like, this is, like, a kid I seen at a family party or whatever the case, like, and I just remember the face. No. He's holding Derrick Rose's hand. They're walking, like, across the roundabout in front of the Trump Tower. He's walking into this, like, this big ass black SUV. And it just really blows my mind that I seen his son before I seen Derrick Rose. Because I seen his son, I'm just like, like, I know this kid from somewhere. He's literally holding his dad's hand, bro. Like, and I look up and my immediate words, I swear to God, was like, Derrick. I was like, oh shit, Derrick Rose. And he was like, what's good, bro? He shook my hand. He shakes my hand while he's holding PJ's hand with his left. He shakes my hand with his right. Yeah. Crispy dab. It was a crispy one. And I was like, what did I say? I asked him for a picture, right? I was like, yo, can I get a picture? And he was like, we can't really, like, cause a crowd right here. And I'm knowing, like, you gotta understand, we're in the middle of Chicago. This is Derrick Rose. So I understand. We're also, like, right in front of Trump Tower. He's like, we can't really cause a crowd right here. If we cause a crowd right here, it's gonna be a traffic jam. Yeah. And he got in the SUV so fast. But he was like, it was a pleasure to meet you, man. He was like, it was a pleasure to meet you, man. Have a good day. I was like, you too, man. And I pulled out my phone immediately. I go to the group chat and I was like, bro, y'all never guess who I just seen. Whose hand I just shook. And then I had put two and two together like a month after that. He had opened this like pop-up flower shop. You probably like seen those. This was in January. I met him December 6th. I remember it was December 6th or something like that. And then like a month later, the flower shop had opened up. So I'm thinking like he was probably downtown for that. It was literally like it was literally like a block away from where he opened the shop from. Probably like setting
it's
up
right there by the river.
Yeah. And yeah, bro, that was literally such a surreal moment to me, bro. But when he told me, he was like, I can't cause a crowd or whatever the case. I'm just like, it's cool, man. Like, have a good day. I literally was just like, it was just insane that me and him had just so happened to be on that street. When you're just like, what are the odds? Like I told you, I wasn't gonna take a right originally. Yeah. I was gonna keep straight, and then I end up meeting Derrick Rose, bro. That was insane. Crazy story.
I think I may have just fixed my mic too. But yeah, no, that's crazy. That's literally my second favorite player, bro.
For real? Behind
Kevin Durant.
Behind our favorite player. Hey, that's another thing. So me and Cam,
Easy Money Sniper, Slim Reaper.
That's something that we have just recently come to figure out. Actually, we got the same favorite NBA player. Yeah. Which is insane.
That's actually so crazy, bro.
Yeah, and people don't like Kevin Durant, so it's rare.
It really is. And the fact that it's like you is like
Facts.
Yo, what?
Mind you, we've known each other for it's probably been about like a year and a half now. 2 years.
Yeah.
It's never come up in conversation.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? That's insane.
But now we're actually like doing stuff and like getting to know each other more. I feel like I've gotten to know you so much just from this podcast alone.
No, for sure.
But yeah, bro. KD, if you ever see this, Easy Money Sniper, Kevin Durant.
You feel me?
My Xbox gamer tag used to be like Durantula 35. You know,
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of tough though.
My first on Xbox 360, it was like Durantula 35, 6'6".
I'll never give up my first ever gamer tag.
I did. For game is nice, but
yeah. My first one was horrible. I still remember.
Kevin Durant, if you ever see this and you're ever in Chicago, hey, I'm in the Bay too, though. I know like you used to live in the Bay. Like, either way. But if you ever see this, you got two of your biggest fans right here.
Yeah, man. Lock in
biggest
with us.
supporters. Like, I know there's a lot of people that want to talk in your name and stuff like that and not appreciate greatness that you just love basketball. Yeah. So if you ever hear, say you playing the Bulls, come through. Nice and Cozy Podcast. We got a spot for you literally right here.
Oh God, lock in with the nice and cozy.
Seat next to me. You can't see it in the camera, but there's a spot right here. I don't care. I'm like,
I'm a KD fanatic for sure.
I'll be fan now, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
bro. He was on my 10th birthday cake, bro. I was 10, so I wouldn't do it present day. But like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you love hooping, if you love the game of basketball, bro, you really can.
No, that's what LeBron fans be doing, though. I just saw one recently.
Grown men, though.
Yeah. But it was a cool cake, though. They, like, lit it on fire, and then on the inside was LeBron. But that's so crazy.
That's kind of that's insane.
I'm never doing that,
bro.
I'm never doing that.
As a grown man.
I am never doing that. Oh, man.
That being said, man, welcome back to the Nice and Cozy Podcast, man. I'm here with my boy, Cam. Me, of course, we back in here, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been excited. This has been making me excited, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like we've been having fun editing. It's been a lot of work, but for the most part, like the project itself and the process itself has been like really cool to watch grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got anything you want to say to that, Cam?
Yeah, no, it's been rewarding. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's expressing. I feel like I'm able to express myself in a way that I wasn't able to before.
Yeah.
Have a lot on my mind, but couldn't get it out and didn't know how to get it out. Now I'm feeling like this is what we was meant to do, low key.
I swear.
How everything's just flowing.
Yeah.
It's when everything's flowing at something you're doing, it seems just like, okay, this may have been the right thing
for sure
for us to do.
I feel like the production has been getting better. Like,
yeah, the edits. If you guys have been watching since episode 1 to even episode 2, you can see the transformation in the effects, the edits, they're gonna see the pop-ups and stuff and everything like that. So we're really like getting better and better. But really been expressing ourselves with this, really been a shout out to everybody that's been supporting so far. Our reels are still doing well. Hopefully we'll have more up that are doing even better. Everything like that.
For sure. I mean, I second that. We thank you for all the support that like we've been getting, you know. Like he said, like the real views, everything down to like the likes on the videos and the subscriber count, you know what I'm saying? We just appreciate it all because like we be working hard, bro. But I feel like it gives you motivation to work hard when you like actually enjoy, you know what I'm saying, what we're doing. That's literally what we've been doing, just enjoying the process, getting better at it also. Yeah, man. Yeah. I felt like that deserved its own little, you know, just a little appreciation piece for sure.
I feel like we're definitely getting nice and cozy.
Yeah.
With this whole podcast thing.
For sure.
Here's also one thing I brought up to you a little bit earlier.
Talk to me.
Name for our, like, what we got going. Yeah, our community. Like, because I want this to be, we talked about it in the very first episode, this being a community where everybody's, like, uplifting each other and, like, just being something for, it's a podcast by the people, for the people. So what do we call this community?
Yeah. I don't know, man. A positive, energetic community. Man. I don't know. I feel like
nice and cozy community, nice and cozy family, nice and like
it's tough.
What do we do?
I'm low key like I'm wondering like do you allow the viewers we have currently to decide? Like do we?
I think so.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we should put something up. I think on Instagram we could put something up. Say like pitch names.
Yeah.
And then we'll select. We could select out of the names that are tossed out.
Mm-hmm.
Like our favorite 3 or 4.
Yeah.
3 or 4. And then put that up. Let them vote on that.
Mm-hmm.
I
like
think we should do that.
Some finalists.
Yes.
Right.
Like I really think we should do that. And then yeah.
I can get down with that for sure.
For sure. And then it's only like a if you know type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we say that or say that name, it'll be if you know.
Yeah.
Like you're part of the community, you're part of the family, part of the support group. We all support each other.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Another thing about support too, I feel like our friends, our family have really just been coming through and keeping us enthusiastic about the project, you know what I'm saying? Because like I guess it can be like not necessarily a segue, but like something I could talk about when it comes to like comparison. So like seeing like a bunch of like big channels or big podcasts, whatever the case is, seeing like how long it may have taken them to grow, and comparing it to like what we got going on can be like discouraging in a way. Yeah. But I'll say this, like aside from that, I just really been enjoying the process and letting my creative energy like flow. You know what I'm saying? Nice. Being able to like talk to somebody that I feel like you know what I'm saying, understand what I be going through like firsthand is like it's a release in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate this project. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, us doing it together. It's been real. Yeah. It's been a vibe, bro. It's been chill.
It's been very fun, bro.
Yeah.
Just even the like off camera, just like the time editing, stuff like that. Yeah. Cause we will literally have long conversations before we even like they see how long these conversations are.
No, seriously.
But we have more conversations on top of that we don't even include. So it's like even before this we were talking for 30 minutes before we even turned this on.
Before we started to press record.
Yeah. So and that was when we just sat down. We were talking out there for so it's really I'm enjoying having somebody to do this with that I really just like just gets it.
Definitely, bro.
Like we're on the same like wavelength right now. We're on the same vibe. We're literally just talking about favorite NBA players. Same Facts. Like we're on the same vibe, dude.
Cam just don't put ice in his cereal. So I quit, bro. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm not doing it.
I'm done.
Hey, if you watched last episode, ain't for the love of the game. I'm not doing it.
Not this episode.
Not
this
doing
episode.
it. I'm not doing it. But also other thing, since now we got our like wavelength going and everything, next fall we gonna be back in school and stuff, and we gonna want to have some people on and stuff. So want to talk a little bit about just like process of like having people on. What you think about having people on? Like what are the kind of vibes you want people to bring on to this podcast?
Yeah.
Say,
I think that's a great question, bro. For one, I'll say that like I'm completely open with having people on. I feel like the more minds, the merrier. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to like, even when it comes to conversation, like there can be disagreements or whatever the case, but it all comes with like just getting better at universally thinking, like putting yourself in other people's shoes. We can have a conversation in here about whatever, you know, said guest wants to talk about. Like maybe, you know, have them ministers pitch an idea. You know what I'm saying? We can have a segment on whatever that person said wants to talk about, whatever they feel like is important. Yeah. You know, I feel like our peers are a majority of like our audience also. So when it comes to student life, when it comes to like just young adult life, like, you know, there's a lot of things that everybody can like universally resonate with, you know? So, you know, if anybody is open to, you know what I'm saying, coming on the podcast to speak, like we honestly been talking about that pretty much since we started it. I think that'd be a great idea. Giving people, our, in a sense, our platform, but also giving them like the voice and the opportunity to, talk about whatever it is.
Oh,
I think it's great.
Definitely.
I think it's great. I think we got to come up with some sort of like structure and plan, but like it's been, what I'm saying, things have been rolling so well that I feel like the more people we bring on, the more diverse mindsets that we like talk to, it'll literally just, bring more eyes. Exactly.
Keep growing.
Exactly.
And I think this goes right along with like why I made even that Instagram page, the We Nice page. It's literally, you can learn something from everybody and their experiences. So no matter who we bring on, I think there'll be something to take from everybody.
Yeah. I feel like that was the theme from the jump too,
Just taking for people, growing together, being people together, instead of being people apart.
Yeah.
So one thing maybe like put up on our social media, we'll probably put up a form. You want to come on the podcast, let us know so we can make a list. We can make a list and because I really do want to like genuinely get to the people that want to be on the podcast. I don't want to like, this person. Like, I don't want to be super like, this person has a name, so let's get them on.
Exactly.
Like, I want to get every single person, like, as much as possible who like really wants to come and support and like be a part of this.
Yeah.
On this show, you know what I mean? So maybe like a form.
Just give me like a real insight.
Yeah, like put your name down, like, hey, I want to be on the podcast. Maybe we put like, well, we don't know yet, but like
I'd go like, this is like who I am. This is why I want to be. This is like what I want to be on the podcast about.
Yeah, like
what do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And if you don't know yet, that's okay because we got time.
Yeah,
we definitely have time.
Yeah, a lot of times like Cam and I come in here and the conversation just flows. To begin with, I feel like that like makes for more authentic conversation. At least it has for us, So you definitely don't have to have it, all concrete. Like
definitely come in here ready to talk. Though.
Yeah, though.
Like
some yappers, bro.
And it's funny though, because literally it takes for me to be like very comfortable where I'm at to start yapping.
Yeah. Like
initially when you meet me, of course I'm still like talk to people, but I'm not always just the super talkative guy. So in here, I would say, don't feel shy to come in here, because I would say in here it's very just like it's something about this place. Like
it's enclosed.
You get in here and you can really just start talking. You start just going.
Yeah.
And then now you have two people like us that are gonna be used to it, and also just like let's do it. You know what I mean?
We're also gonna be like open minded too. I be feeling like
we're not gonna be like, oh, maybe not, like I don't know. We're not gonna make you feel worse about saying your thoughts or your what you think. We're gonna really talk about it. We're gonna have good conversations. So love to have people on here.
Yes, sir.
Form up soon.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more, bro. I think that it would be great for whoever it is, because like obviously we talked about this being released to us. So the fact that it's become a release and it's become like an outlet for us to, I don't know, just say our thoughts, say what we think is important and what people should be talking about and why.
Yeah. Because
this platform has turned into that for us, I think it's beautiful to, extend that to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just beauty in that. There's beauty in like collaboration. We talked about collaboration on one of the earlier episodes too. But it would give me like a really good feeling on the inside to know that like I have an outlet and giving somebody else the idea.
Release.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah, man.
It's been that. It's definitely been that.
And now I want to talk about, because when we're seeing this video, when this video is up, you're gonna be like either graduated or graduation week.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro. Isn't that insane?
Like we borderline ask you every single time, but like it's a countdown. We're on the countdown.
Seriously.
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Bro, honestly, I was just talking to one of my friends and I was just like, bro, it feels really mundane that I'm about to get my bachelor's degree. So sad to say, but it's like, it's probably just because it has yet to hit me. It's also been 4 years of just academic. I don't want to say struggle, but like academic, like triumph. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you be feeling like defeated, and like the fact that I'm seriously at the finish line it's probably just so surreal to me to the fact that like it won't really hit me until I'm like walking across that stage or until the day of when I'm getting dressed, my family is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's honestly not over yet. Like we even took our final. I mean, well, when we're recording this, we have yet to take our finals. By the time this probably goes up, I'll be done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But regardless, like I feel good, bro. I feel good. I feel accomplished. But at the same time, I also feel sad that it's ending. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've enjoyed college, like to the fullest. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I've done it all, but it's been a hell of a ride. I've met people, been places, and to think that like this chapter in my life is about to end and then another one is about to begin, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at the point of transition where, you know what I'm saying, looking for a job, looking for a place, looking for a car, stuff like that. It sounds like it sounds so serious to me. I probably sound like super childish right now, but I know that, you know, my peers are probably going through the same type of transition, going through the same type of feelings, feeling it uncertain, unsure what it is they're gonna be doing after graduation. So, you know, that makes me feel a little better. But regardless, like I don't have everything figured out. Neither does everybody. But like the type of person I am, I feel like it just puts me on edge sometimes that I don't really know what's coming next.
Yeah. But I think you should also feel like but like you could be very excited as well.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's a new chapter. Mm-hmm. Like you're still in the same book. It's your book of life, but you're in a new chapter and you can completely like, it's a start anew. Mm-hmm. And with that start anew, you can approach it how you want to. Like with a different mentality, you can approach it with like, just like going at it full force and knowing that everything's going to be all right too. Because when you said like your peers are going through it, there are people before you that went through it as well. So it's just that like, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. I'll say like, even coming upon graduation, like I've been getting a lot of wisdom from, you know, people that have, like you said, went through it when it comes to like apartment search and grad school, job search. I've definitely been picking up as many pointers and tips as I can from, you know, like the professionals that were just around in the academic setting. But like even then, it's all still just so uncertain, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely hit it on the nail when you say you attack things full force. There's really nothing else to be, you know, in a sense worried about.
Everybody got their path.
Easier said than done though, for
definitely.
Sure, you know. But I get
like,
you.
We talked about that like first episode, just trusting that things are gonna be all right.
Yeah.
If you attack it full force and just go at it, you're gonna come out with something.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
yeah, I would say take like this podcast for example. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually super interesting to me that this all started with just like an idea. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of people have started. You know, it's really so eye opening to think that like we have a platform that we can develop. This is an exciting stage. You know what I'm saying?
Very. It's
a platform that's like developing. It's honestly been like growing faster than I can't speak for both of us then, but I would say like than I thought, you know, and people are enjoying the videos, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it's so like, I don't know. It's heartwarming though, for real, because we come in here with a genuine attitude and we attack, I feel like, the work that comes into it. Also, Cam like deserves a round of applause too. Like he's working insanely hard, you know. I feel like I've been like, look, yeah, he's over there, you know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside though, like I feel like I've also been like full-fledged and just finishing strong as far as like my senior year goes. I've been focusing on making it to class, guys. Senior writers is real. Like when you become a senior, you're gonna understand. Senior writers is so real. Like I haven't been motivated to do much, but you know, nonetheless, like we still push through. I've been swamped in assignments, group projects, whatever. But like Cam has been, you know what I'm saying, making sure the editing gets done, you know what I'm saying? Like I help when I can. We spend hours in the IC together, but Cam has really just been he's been like exploring his creativity when it comes to like the editing and everything. Yeah. So like really hats off to bro, for real.
No, it's been so fun. It's been so fun.
You know, I can tell it's been fun for you, bro.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like trade it for anything. You know what I mean? Like, cause sometimes literally, I was in the IC yesterday editing, and when like my friends would come back after they went into the IC and they're leaving, and they're like,
You're still here.
Yep. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, this got to get out. This is something that I'm, and it's, there's no, you're not going to see me like pouting or being like upset or like sad that I'm doing this. It's like something that, oh, what were you doing last, what were you up late for? I was editing this podcast and it's coming up.
Yeah,
the next
came
video,
out nice.
Yeah, the next video is coming up. We got new things, new effects and stuff. And one thing I was trying to make sure, because like, I know you're about to graduate too. And I'm like, let you, because there's one thing, even having my sister who graduated last year, just like enjoying those last moments. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, don't, especially when it's like, I can do this. Like, I can work on this, the editing and stuff like that. And like, I don't want to stress you out to the point where it's like, oh, I'm trying to graduate and stuff like that. I'm finishing up my year. Let you enjoy your like end of year. You only get to do that once. I'm gonna be in college for a little bit.
Yeah. You got a couple more years.
I got a couple more years. So it's like I could put my whole like just jump off a cliff and do this right now. And it's like that's the only thing I could think about this. And then classes, that word gets knocked out. I'm not saying it's easy, but it gets knocked out. Either way, I'm getting through it. But it's like I want you to have that time for like, this is the last time you're going to be able to enjoy this moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's real, bro.
And it's like, it's on some, I even told my sister this for like, when she was graduating, I was like, just enjoy your last moments.
Yeah.
You're not going to have, of course you still like, you're into a new place and then you're going to meet new people there and everything like that. But these last moments with these people and this area, this situation that you're in, you have 4 years for it and you're at those final moments. So just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like enjoy your
it's so,
your flow in that, like, cause it's, I remember for high school, when I was in my last couple, like just month of high school, I was like, I was just vibing.
It's kind of sad, bro. It's like,
but I was still just like, this is it. And soaked it in. Yeah. So I couldn't even imagine for college. So it was just like, at max, I want to just like, enjoy that time. Whenever you're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, bro, take that time. Yeah. Cause it's just like, I want you to enjoy that time, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, that's real, bro. That's real. I appreciate that so much too, because I feel like it's been an insane balance in my life, like as far as like right now goes, like me looking for an apartment, but me also trying to finish where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? And then there's also like me doing the podcast, but like me trying to figure out how do we consistently keep this rolling over the summer? But it's like me trying to keep myself grounded in the current situation, current moment, current second that I'm in. Can be so hard when, like I said, you don't know what's next, bro. But it's like encouraging to hear like the support and also the understanding when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? Just like sometimes, bro, like literally just today when I told you, like I went to my favorite burger spot, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like I went to said burger spot because I hadn't been there in a while. And I'm just like, bro, it's a nice day. Like I used to literally go to this spot because it was right next to a thrift store that I like. Probably all freshman, sophomore year. And it had been like a year. And I'm just like, man, like, I got 2 weeks left. That was genuinely like
going down memory lane.
Bro, genuinely, bro. I'm like, I'm going to get this burger today. It's 75 degrees. Yeah. I'm chilling, man. I went to go get my burger because I'm just like, bro, I used to do this all the time at 2 weeks of college. Like, and so that's what I did. But it made me feel good, bro. It made me feel good to go outside and, you know what I'm saying, just enjoy the city, get on the CTA because, you know, like, even though I'm looking for a place in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, things are uncertain. And like I may have to end up like moving on the outskirts of Chicago just for financial reasons or whatever the case may be. But like just appreciating the moment that I'm in, like you said, soaking it all in and doing the things that I really like to do when it comes to just like college life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna miss the library. Like I'm gonna miss going to the dining hall, talking shit over the tables, talking about sports, watching the games in the dining hall. Like something as simple as that. Yeah. You know, I reminisce, like even in college, I reminisce about like the memories we made in like middle school. This will be like one of those times in 5 to 10 years that I'll reminisce about. You know what I'm saying? Going to the dining hall, or you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do with high school. That's what I've done with middle school. So I know it'll be the same with this chapter of my life. Only difference is like I'm stepping out into the real world now. So
but it's different, bro. I will say, I said that last time, Like, oh, you're finally going to the real world.
Yeah.
But you've been in the real world this whole time. I feel like.
Yeah.
In terms of, I feel like there's the real world, I guess, responsibilities. But in terms of how to deal with them, you kind of already got the little clue in of just like
we practiced those skills.
Yeah, you practice them. So it's like now you're getting into the like, okay, this is how I go about this, is how I go, and I feel like you're more prepared than you think. That's what I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you never experienced it, like you're more prepared for it or built for it than you think. Like you grow up, you learn how to walk, you learn how to read.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were more built for it than you thought. You didn't even know how to do it at first, but
That's a good point.
You were built for it.
Yeah.
So go do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand that completely too. Like, just like undiscovered terrain is just scary, man. Especially because like you have to think about the idea of not only like you looking at yourself as an adult, but the world is also looking at you as an adult as well. So there's like responsibilities that you're gonna be expected to upkeep. You know what I'm saying? Like something as simple as like paying rent. You gotta pay rent, pay bills. It's just, man, it almost makes me want to like throw up even talking about it. But genuinely though, it's like you said though, like I think that along with myself, like and the peers that are going through it out there, and like you, along with what Cam said, like we're more prepared than we think. And going back to also what you said, like attacking it full force and just understanding that if you do your best, like everything will, you know what I'm saying, end up all right. It's assuring for a time.
Everything's gonna roll out and it's gonna be like, man. And then because you said it last time, you didn't know where you was gonna be at entering college.
Absolutely.
And now, look at you now.
About to walk the stage.
Yeah, you're so like finalized on that point where you're now thinking about like what's gonna happen after this. Yeah. So it's like you've been in the situation before, just on a lesser scale.
Yeah.
You're doing it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually just read something that like kind of connects to that one. It said, I don't know if I saw it on my For You page or what, but it was saying like sometimes like when you sit and you think about and try and manifest the situations you want to like, you want yourself to be in, but you go out and do the work to, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in said position. You can look up and like be right in your dream. You know what I'm saying? You can look up and be right in the situation that you like manifested for, prayed for. You just have to, like I said, apply yourself. And like, I gotta take my own advice too, you know, because it'd be hard to do that sometimes when you procrastinate and like you just down. Like it really doesn't really matter. Sometimes a lot of things stop you from doing the things you feel like you have to do to like be responsible or feel responsible. But it all comes though. Yeah. It all comes, bro.
Low key, from what you just said, I get this thing of like, don't be so caught up in what's next that you don't appreciate like what's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen that somewhere else too, like, but just appreciate where you are now. Of course, still go for the next thing, but like appreciate what's in front of you. Yeah. Like don't be, oh, when's the next spring coming when you got flowers blooming right in front of you. Bro, is that clip farm?
You low key just clip farm, but that was tough.
That was a crazy clip farm, but still.
No, but that's facts though. That's facts. I couldn't agree more, bro. But it's like it's always so eye opening and enlightening when we talking like face to face, because like we start to realize like it literally feels like when you like ping pong ideas off of somebody that has a similar mindset to you, you like, I found the key. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you found the key, but you go out and you live your life and then you still, you know what I'm saying, mess up, stumble, hurdle, and then it almost makes you feel hypocritical in a way. But these conversations help you. Like
it's workshopping it.
Yes, bro. You're laying it out all on the table, figuring out how to do it. And that's why I appreciate like this podcast so much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like
it's the things that popped the head. Cause like none of this stuff, we didn't come into this
literally, bro,
thinking we were gonna say any of this.
I'm not gonna lie. Like today there was like no script.
Oh, not at all. I have some things that
like
I
questions
say,
for sure, yeah.
But no, there's actually something I happened today. I literally put up the picture because I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, back.
It was crazy. Also, it did rain this morning.
It did.
It rains every single day we're about to record. Like,
you know what they say about rain though? Like, it's good luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like.
Okay.
Because every single day we're like, I don't know, maybe it just gets us into deep thought.
Yeah.
Early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But it literally rained today and it was sunny after though. That's the thing. I was like, wait, it really just rained just because we're recording today.
Low key.
That's it. Yeah. Only reason it rained was because we got a recording today and it said get in that mode.
Mm-hmm. And it gets you in that mode. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, look. So when I'm on my way to the internship today, right? I get off the train and there's like an alleyway between two buildings. It's usually like truckers like unloading their stuff and all that. But I saw this trash can, right? On top of the trash can, some black forces. I kid you not. I took a picture of it. I'm a picture pop up right here.
Oh, God.
See, I know how to do this now.
Yeah.
Boom, picture right here. To me, I was thinking about like, I don't know if I'm thinking too deep, but like, what is this? Yeah. I've never seen something like this.
No, yeah.
Like just sitting on the corner like that.
I get you.
I literally, first time I went, when I was going to the office, I saw it and I looked like, is somebody gonna pop out like, you know what I mean? Like, is this somebody's? Because it's just sitting there so perfectly on the corner like that. And then I was in the office and then leaving, going back to the train, I see it again and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm posting this picture too. It's gonna be on this video. It probably was already. But to me, I was like, nah, we're really throwing negativity away. That's what I was thinking. Like after I was like, yo, we're really throwing negativity away. Cause I'm thinking I'm being so positive right now in my life and life's going such in a positive way. No matter, I could be tired. I could be like, have something else to be upset over. Yeah. But I'm living life in such a positive way right now where it's like, we're throwing negativity away.
And that's why them black forces on the trash. Yes. Now I understand 100% what you mean, but would it be crazy to say that I own a pair of black Air Forces?
Oh, I already know.
No, but I feel you though, bro. You know when you like take everything as a sign and you take everything as like subliminal, like when it comes to your life. Everything is supposed to mean something to you, I feel like, you know, and it's all about like perspective and, you know, the way you receive the messages from like the powers that be, whatever you believe in, you know what I'm saying? And then, just literally taking it and flipping it into how can I make my life better? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely a mindset thing, but I get you though.
Even when I told you this morning, like, when I text you, because I stayed up late for this presentation, I went to sleep at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's insane.
Had a presentation at 8:15. Didn't even present because we didn't have enough time in the class to get to me.
Dude, that's insane.
But what I texted you was, hey, at least it's done.
At least it's done.
It's done.
And you don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. And I went about the rest of my day. The way I went about the rest of my day, saw my friends, talked to them, you would not have known I went to sleep at 2. Maybe you would have. You could have seen it in my eyes. But still, the way I was still talking, you would not have known. Yeah. So I was like, I'm really we throwing away the negativity, bro. Yeah. Like, and then I see that, and it's just like, no, that's in a day where I could be so negative. I could be so like, I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I don't want to talk to nobody.
It's raining.
Leave me alone. Could have crashed out at my teacher. What do you mean I can't present today? I'd worked all hard. No. Everything's still good. You know what I mean? Yeah. There was so many things to be negative about. But now we throwing it away. We setting the black forces on the trash. We setting the black forces on the trash can. We looking over, okay, the things out of here.
For sure. Nah, I feel you.
Them was a beater pair too.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Laces tied tight.
That was the thing. Like my pair is pristine. Gotta keep them clean. I'm not gonna lie. But I have a black pair and a white pair just because it's just I think it's a Chicago staple. I'm not gonna lie. But I agree. I think that like when it comes to like the mugs who be tying them like ankle tight, bro, and like
yo, I'm looking at how these things are knotted right now.
Can you show me that picture again?
Look how...
Yeah, those are insane. I'm not gonna lie.
But they're like, it's peak beater.
Yeah.
It's peak beat up shoot, it's not dirty to say.
Yeah.
That's the thing that was so like beautiful about the whole thing. These aren't even that dirty, but they're a little beat up, and it gave the vibe that I was like, right when I looked at it, I was like, this is negativity looking me right in the face and said, it's on the trash right now. Mm-hmm. It's on the up and outs right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's looking at you right now. Bro, if I wasn't disgusted by it, bro, I could have threw them things right into the trash can.
Oh, God. And then just confirmed it. Like,
I'm not doing that.
not touching them. Nah.
I was not touching a pair of shoes.
Hey,
but
a rat family would come out.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Pops and moms come out one shoe, and then kids come out the other.
I have yet to see rats in that alleyway yet.
You're kidding.
Yeah, but maybe it's because there'd be so many people in that. Because that's like, they have a full garage and stuff.
They low-key be deep, like over there in Rogers Park. I'm not gonna lie.
This is a couple blocks down. Not a couple blocks, a couple stops down.
Oh, like near
more downtown, yeah. Like center, low-key dead center of the loop. But I was like, man, am I the only one that's seeing this here? You know, it's one of those things like, am I the only one that's seeing this?
Yeah. That's why I be saying, like, it's all about, like, the messages, how you receive the messages that are in front of you, too, bro. Like, it'd be important. It'd be important when it comes to, like, perspective, bro. Mm-hmm. Because, like, that could have literally meant nothing to the 100 people that walked past it the first time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I feel like it all comes with also trusting, like, your intuition. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because somebody told me, like, yo, go back and get a picture of this, first of all.
Yeah.
I can look at this. That may be my new lock screen, bro.
Just throw the negativity in the trash.
We throwing negativity away.
Yo, I feel like this is awesome. This could be a tangent. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like lock screens are incredibly important nowadays. Because the first thing you do when you wake up, maybe not everybody, maybe not everyone. However, the first thing, like when it comes to your phone, it's a universal tool that, like, one, everybody has one. And two, you're gonna look at it at least 2 to 3 times a day.
Let me go ahead and change my lock screen right now. Listen, I don't like where this is going.
I change my lock screen. Like, I be trying to make it seem as positive and, like, you know what I'm saying, just as vibrant and upbeat as possible. Because I don't be wanting it to like when I look at my phone, I don't want to be in a negative mood. Like,
oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, like, and it could literally be anything. Like, I've seen people with, like, their kids at their lock screen, their mom is their lock screen, their grandma's their lock screen, like, shoes is their lock screen. I've seen LeBron James lock screen. I'm not even gonna go there, but I've seen LeBron James lock screen, and you know who I'm talking about if you're watching. But, like, it's like, it literally just whatever it is that, like, gives you that spunk in the morning. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? you don't follow me, bro.
No, I'm saying no, because I'm looking at my lock screen right now. I'm listening to everything that you're saying. And I'm like, yo, this is so bad for me.
No, bro.
I'm literally looking at my lock screen right now. I'm like, man,
how does it? Don't tell me what your lock screen is, but how does it make you feel?
I mean, like, good.
Okay, that's all that matters.
No. Nah, look, I'm about to explain what my lock screen.
Okay,
This is why. My lock screen's a whole bunch of pictures of me. It's basically every time I open my phone,
bro,
it's a new picture. But the pictures are hard though.
Yeah.
And I like the pictures. My boy took them, and it's like, what kind of person would I be if not?
So let me ask you: are the pictures creative? Like, are they like?
Yeah, a couple of them are. A couple of them are, and it's like, it's some. I used to have like anime stuff as my live stream. Because I was like really like after like during COVID, I was really watching anime, and there was a couple cool lock screens I saw on TikTok and stuff. But these pictures of me and stuff, they're different creative stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's different places I've been as well.
Exactly.
So it's like
different.
But
listen,
some people have their mom,
you got yourself,
their grandma, their sister, their dog.
I don't think that looks bad on your part though. I think like,
nah, he's mad conceited.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, some people look at it and be like, nah, he's conceited. I look at it as like, but this is all. That's why I say, like, this is all about your perspective and how you view it, because it could be, like you said, a reminder of your creativity, or like a reminder, like a memory. Yeah. Reminder of like you and your homies, you know what I'm saying? Like having a creative photo shoot together, or it could be in another aspect of like a reminder of like a cool trip you took, you know what I'm saying? And that trip could have, in a sense, you know, been epiphanating to you, you know what I'm saying? So seeing that picture every time will take you back, make you realize, make you appreciate whatever aspect of life, you know, it does. But like, yeah,
there's to be said, I haven't changed it in a while though.
Yeah.
If I did change it, I probably would change it to something soon.
Yeah, it's like
something different.
I be trying to have like
these pictures, I have short hair and all of these.
Yeah.
My hair is like,
they're kind of outdated. Now. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to shrinkage, bro, I don't know, like, my hair was so much longer when I first took my braids out, the original time. But, hey, who knows? I think I'm going to get them braided again for graduation. Actually, I know I am. Yeah. On an unrelated note.
You think you're going to do, like, a style or something?
Low-key, yeah, for sure. For sure. I had one in mind. I'm not going to say it.
No, don't say it.
Because I don't know if I will end up getting it still.
It'll be, well, yeah, don't say it.
When this goes up, like,
you may have it done.
I'll already be graduated, I feel like, yeah. I already have walked the stage.
Yes.
You think so?
Maybe. It may be or maybe the week of.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably will be like the Monday of. When do you walk?
May 9th.
No. Is that a weekend?
Yeah, no, it's a Friday. It's a Friday.
May 9th. Oh, yeah, when this goes up, you will not have walked.
Really? So it'll probably be like the 4th then.
Wait. No, you will. You will. I'm tripping. Yeah, this will go up. This will be the 12th of May, if I'm correct. So, yeah, you will have completely walked the stage and everything.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's so, I'm telling you, like, it's not hitting me yet because I'm still actively, like, going to class and doing assignments and shit. But, like, I know that it'll hit me, like, either the day before when I'm, like, getting ready, probably, or the day of, or even, like, during the ceremony. I'm just going to be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be real eye-opening for me. Eye-opening for everybody that's going to be there. I'm also excited to graduate in the time slot that I do, because a lot of my friends are graduating the same exact day, the same exact time. That day of like ceremonies, there's like three ceremonies a day for 4 to 5 days straight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I'm graduating at the time, a lot of my friends is gonna be dope. Have some nice pictures. Like, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that, man. It's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
These 4 years flew by also, I will say. It's been a hell of a ride. I've learned a lot.
I will ask you.
What's up?
Since this is going to be up 2 days, 3 days after you graduate, what is some you want to, because I feel like it's going to be a change right when you walk. Well, you may feel the same, but like still, it's going to be like that birthday change. Like it's a little change to the label. What would you tell yourself that the one that's watching when this video goes up? What would you tell him? Like you could look in the camera right now and tell him, like,
man. First of all, congratulations. That's what I'll tell myself. Like, I've worked insanely hard. Along with that, I'll also say, like, just because you got this degree, man, that don't mean stop learning. That don't mean stopping taking information. That doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, that you're better than anybody. That still just means that you are that much more of a student, you know, a student in this game we call life. I feel like, what else should I say? What else would I tell myself? Just take it easy, you know what I'm saying? You've definitely been working incredibly hard. It's so crazy to talk to my future self, bro. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, like, you've been working insanely hard, man. You still currently working hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of the hours that you spend in the library and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just goes, a lot of it goes without being seen. A lot of it goes without said. But like, I'm a genuine student and I genuinely like learning. I like reading. I like writing. It's just that there are times when like deadlines can, in a sense, discourage you because you're not writing and reading and talking about what you want to talk about. It's more so like an obedience thing, honestly. But in the midst of that, I'll go back to one of our points of us, you know what I'm saying, just finding joy in everything. And the realization that like a lot of the curriculum, a lot of the deadlines, the assignments and stuff that they have us do are building us and shaping us to be better at, you know what I'm saying, the career path that we chose. And like, because of that, I can't do anything but appreciate it. It sucks when it's happening, you know what I'm saying? But going through the motions, making sure that I'm like properly prepared to be the professional that it is that I say I want to be. Yeah, you just got to go through the motions, walk that path. And like, I'm nearing the end of that path. And it's just honestly insane to me to think about. Like, it's not necessarily hitting me now, but I know that like when I watch this back and, you know, listen to all the advice that I'm giving myself, it's going to be, I don't know, it's definitely going to be an experience, you know. I might shed a tear. Nobody going to catch that though. Nobody going to catch that. But yeah, to that, that's what I have to say to myself, my future self. I'll be one more degree up.
Fire. I was gonna ask you, would you are you gonna cry? But I was like, I'm not even gonna ask because I already know he is, bro. I already know, like,
just because of that, I'm not crying. I'm not even gonna cry.
Bro, the fact that I know we're probably not gonna be able to edit this where we can take your graduation footage.
Oh my God, I'm so glad. But that shit would be fire though.
That would be so fire. I would have flashed a clip of you in tears. No, but I mainly wanted to ask you that question, or just like let you have that to yourself, because I feel like after
that's a great question.
You gonna really like be able to look back at that and like say, okay, if I told myself this here, I want to do this for myself then too, because I feel like there's something doing it for yourself now versus doing it for your little self, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just your younger self, however many days it is. But also I think other people who are like in your class going through the same things that you're going through, they're gonna need to hear that too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like they're not you to say, they're still like experiencing something similar. So they may have, the advice you just gave yourself could have been advice for literally hundreds of others in your class.
Yeah.
Like, and they needed to hear that as well, because they could be nervous. They could be excited, but still nervous of what's to come. Yeah. So,
bro,
yo,
I ain't gonna lie.
Before we do this,
yeah, stop saying the same thing I'm saying.
Before we do this is
nah, that's crazy, bro. No,
right.
but that's love though, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that question. I feel like that's a real insightful question, because you just, honestly, you don't know what to tell yourself. Honestly, it makes me think about, I remember like the original, when we first originally talked about starting this, we probably were already in the process of starting it, but we had like brought up the idea of like when we were younger, we wrote a letter to our future self. Remember?
Yeah.
And you were talking about how like, something that really stuck with me was like when you wrote your letter to your future self, you asked yourself, could you dunk yet? That's such a valid question though. Like, if you hoop, that's a valid question for a sixth grader to ask, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But regardless, like, that's what it makes me think about. And comparing, because I also did like something similar, like when I can't even remember when I did it, but I know I did like a similar assignment. And I feel like from me doing that assignment now to like me coming to a podcast and like voluntarily like doing something like that for myself just shows growth in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I also feel like when I was assigned to write that letter to my future self, I wasn't as insightful and I wasn't as like soul felt as I was now, because like there's just growth and maturity that comes with like the process, and that in itself is pretty cool to me.
I always loved writing to, like, whenever my teacher would be like, write to your future self.
Yeah.
Because though I'd say like the other random stuff like, oh, can you dunk it? Or like, what games are you playing out? I would also, which I appreciate my younger self for, there's things where I'm like, yo, as me, you was good job. Because like now, because it comes out later, like, okay, whether it's small stuff or big stuff. But I always did like that I would put some of the values I had then. Yeah. Like, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Like, how, like, you, even in the questions I asked, I could see the values that I had then.
For sure.
So it's like, am I maintaining those values now? Because it's like, of course there's childish things, but values are something that like, that you were instilled with as a kid. Like, a lot of those are very solid. You know what I mean? They're good. They're genuine. They're not corrupt, not twisted or persuaded. It's very innocent values, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So being able to, especially when I was like talking about that letter in the first episode, like being able to read that letter and see that I still had some of those stuff that was just like, it's good to see that stuff. So I always appreciate teachers that one had me do it, but I also like that I was able to put that out there of
For sure.
like the things I really
it's like did you
about.
Did you grow but your values didn't change? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For
exactly.
Sure.
And it's like I feel like that's what I wanted for myself then. Like if I could say I made my younger self proud of myself now, and just like that's all I want. You know what I mean? Like, of course I want my family to be proud of me and everything, but like outside of everybody else, like I want myself, my future self, to be able to look up to me like, this is somebody who I want to be.
Like, did you
know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, did you step in those shoes you wanted to step in?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying,
like,
as a kid.
Whether you knew those were the shoes or not, like, would your younger self look at you like, hey, wait a minute?
Yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit about values too, and like how, you know, the way you're brought up and your parents and them instilling them into you. Like, even as a kid, you don't really understand how important they are, you know what I'm saying, as a child. But as we get older, we start to realize like that's kind of like the importance of life in itself, bro. Because like you said, you had those values. You definitely had those values as a kid. But when you look back and you read your letter, it's like, did I get better at, you know, living out those values in real time as a person? You know what I'm saying? Things something as simple as like sharing, you know what I'm saying? Like not stealing, like simple foundational values that you just, I don't know, you just subconsciously like instill and kind of just melt into your brain, but you just get better. You honestly just get better at living them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like a lot of times people know what's like right and wrong. They know what's right and wrong, but it's different than actually doing it. Yeah. And the more you do it, I be feeling like we piggyback on these topics a lot too, but it's like the more you do it and the more it becomes a part of your routine, the more you start to live like a virtuous life. Yeah. The better you get at it, bro.
Yeah. But and that's a big thing of like, these are topics that these are values and stuff that are all taught to us. Yeah. But actually sticking with them and doing them is so different.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's so many times where I feel like there's people wherever like religion or values that were instilled with you like when you were younger. There's a lot of people that are told all this stuff and will say it but don't necessarily show it. Yeah. And I feel like everybody, because I had to do this myself, of really looking in the mirror and being like, are you, simple thing, treating your neighbor like you should be treated, like you want to be treated? I mean, like, are you following that golden rule of treat everyone how you would like to be treated? And I was like, okay, so if I don't want this for myself, like, why should I do this to somebody else? Like, it's simple things like that where I was taught this at a young age, and I found myself like low key, whether it was ignoring people or just not giving people like a genuine like if I never liked being ignored by somebody, if I was genuinely trying to like say something to them, so who am I to do the same thing to somebody else? So I really had to look at myself like, this is more high school and stuff, like you can be nice to people for no reason. And that's what I was talking about earlier, like this stuff is not stuff like when the stuff we're saying in this, stuff that I say in this, like it's not stuff that I always had in my mind, like this is what you got to do. Yeah. But it's something that I learned and like had to look at myself in the mirror and start to do. You know what I mean? For sure. So it's definitely like certain values and stuff with being right to people, being good to people that we know what we're supposed to do. Yeah. As people, like especially at this age that we're at and older, you know how to be kind to people. You know what your choices can be. You have those choices in your hand. Yeah. It's really just like which hand you choose to like to use. And, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Nah, 100%. I feel like at times it's like obviously everything is situational too, and there are times where it's easier to be nice than other times. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be in a sense having a bad day. And then like there could just be like that one little thing that like sets you off, you know what I mean? And it's gonna happen just because like And when it comes to like the human nature and the idea of like you being emotionally perfect, it's just not gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
And so that comes with the idea of like giving yourself grace and understanding that like literally just like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but you understanding and like, because I also feel like the X factor in this is accountability and not denying when, you know what I'm saying, like when you're acting like an ass, like, or whenever you feel like, you know, like you jumping out of body, like I need to just relax. I need to relax sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I need to chill. Or like I'm taking out my emotional frustration on something or somebody that does not deserve, you know what I'm saying?
That's huge, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And it can happen so easily.
It really can. Taking out your anger from something completely, everybody does it, and it's so easy to do. Like, taking out your anger on somebody else for something that they're not even in.
Yeah.
Like,
it can happen, bro.
realize that. If you can realize that, that's huge.
That's accountability.
Because you hurt people that don't deserve to be hurt when you're like
For sure.
doing it off of take a breath, like really see, okay, it's also the thing of choosing what to focus on.
Yeah.
Really, are you going to choose to focus on the person that got you angry, or are you going to choose to focus on the person that's being kind to you right now?
Channel your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there's different things you can really focus on in life. Yeah. So make those choices. Life is really choices. People say that, but like, if you really think about it, everything in life is a choice. What you believe from what you do, it's all choices.
For sure, bro.
And you decide how difficult or how positive or how like easy you want your life to be based off of those choices. Like some things may not be easy, but they were the good thing to do.
Yeah.
Some things may be easy, but they were the bad thing to do. So
absolutely,
everything
bro.
is on choices.
Yeah.
Some things may be easy and a good thing. It's all choices on what you do.
Yeah.
What you decide to like.
For sure, bro.
Hey, up to you.
I like literally like everything you're saying is like I literally couldn't agree more. It just be like when I listen to you talk and I understand like where you're coming from, and then you sit back and you reflect on your own personal life experiences, you start to realize like, damn, I went wrong there. You know what I'm saying? I'll also just like say quickly, like that's one of the little appreciation points that I have like this. You know what I'm saying? Understanding like where you went wrong and like the fact that we can decipher how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, channeling your focus is also like key too, you know, choosing where you want your focus to be, because if you want your focus to like go into like you being angry, then that's where it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? In relation to that, like going back to like the idea of taking it out on people who don't necessarily like deserve it, or like, you know, you could be having a horrible day, like your boss may have pissed you off at work and you take it out on a roommate, or vice versa, or like you could be having a difficult day in class and then like your sister or your mom may call you. Like you know what I'm saying? It just really doesn't matter. But there are times where you have to like sit back and realize like, you know, I'm letting my emotions like get the best of me. And not only am I letting my emotions get the best of me, but it's, you know, it's channeled in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? It should be channeled towards fixing the problem rather than, you know what I'm saying, using somebody that's like an emotional like dumpster or whatever the case, you know? But like even that in itself can be like sometimes difficult to do because of the human tendencies that we have. You could be one of the nicest people that you know and it could still happen, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I couldn't agree more though. When it comes to focus, when it comes to channeling your focus, that's definitely a skill that like gets sharpened over time. And it could be in any aspect, academically, emotionally, physically. If you want to start going to the gym or like literally just attacking that mindset, bro. Yeah. You know.